Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday. The sun is not shining today, so it's not that great. But it's a great day here at the Long Island Breakfast Club show. As you are looking at us, we have quite an assemblance of people here today. A lot of women, one man. We are missing Greg, unfortunately. He's out of town, but I hope he's watching because we have quite a show planned for today. First of all, I want to tell my wonderful niece, Lori Ann Harkins, from everybody, it's a birthday. So, happy birthday, Lori!
Happy birthday.
And she is the big 4-0 today.
Wow.
And we're very proud of all the things that you've done and all the people that you help. So thank you for everything you do. A quick rundown of who's here today. Well, I'm going to start with one of the most popular ladies in the publishing industry, Tonya DeCosimo from Power Magazine. Can you believe this? We have the Power Magazine beautiful woman here who started this magazine a while ago. She's going to be talking to us about all the wonderful women that she writes about, her wonderful organization, her big event that's coming up on October 19th, and a lot of good stories. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And then we have another wonderful businesswoman here, Karen Quinoni Smith, who is from esports, gapesports.com.
Bridging the gap in esports.
Bridging the gap. And when you hear what she does, you're going to be shocked. It's all about your kids are sitting home. They are gaming experts. You didn't realize that that gaming expert could get your son or daughter in a college for a sponsorship that you can't even believe because you're always telling your kid, get off the games. Well, guess what? She's got good news for you today. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And then I am proud to introduce my very good friend and filmmaker, Jerry Ferretti from Ferretti Films, and the major women in the Fontanas, Angela, Katie, and we're missing Lucia,
And yourself?
and we are missing Katharina. And we are very happy to be talking a little bit about the Fontanas today. And it's been the most great experience for me since I was picked to be the mama. And these are my kids. So it's really, really been fun. And then we have a visitor today who we're going to be bringing up in a little while. His name is Joe Maricino. And Joe was a hairdresser for Elizabeth Taylor his whole life. And he brought me a beautiful gift. So we'll be bringing him up too. So that's our cast today. And
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. One other thing, it's National Telephone Day. So everybody, you know what to do. Call your friends, do whatever you want to do today because it is National Telephone Day.
Isn't that every day?
Isn't that every day? Well, I know with me, I am always on the phone.
You get a free pass today.
Forget it. So let's start with you, my sweetheart.
Okay.
I love your outfit.
Thank
I
you.
love your hair.
Thank you.
And this little thing is so pretty. What does that resemble? That
This
little
is,
stone on there.
This is the Saint Anthony and Jesus.
which is my family saint, and
Saint
so the
Anthony,
Corettas too.
Yes. And this one's the Blessed Mother.
Very nice. You're very religious.
I'm a little protected today.
That's very, very good. Well, before we start, let's have a shot of wine for
Cheers. Cheers.
welcoming
Cheers.
two great
Cheers.
women.
Cheers.
Women help women. Women are great.
Yes.
Men are good too, Jerry. But you're
We love
surrounded by beautiful women. And guess what? Greg's not here today, so he's probably very jealous.
Thanks, Greg. I'm alone. But how'd I get so lucky to be here with all these lovely ladies?
So let's talk.
Okay. Coffee talk. No.
Yeah, well, I love, I'm going to be subscribing immediately.
Yes, thank you.
I was waiting for you to bring it to me, and I love this lady because I met her many, many years ago,
Dottie.
and we still communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like the biggest Dottie Herman. She's like, I'm a big fan of hers.
The
But let's talk-
richest self-made woman in real estate.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is unbelievable. So, how did you start? Let's talk about.
Okay, well, I've been in the publishing industry 33 years. I've had my business 16 years, and I started the magazine about 10 years ago. Actually, we were first an organization. So POWER stands for Professional organization of Women of Excellence Recognized, POWER. So we started off as a women's organization. It's kind of like joining a country club, a place where women can come together, network with like-minded professionals, share their stories, mentor one another, go on trips together. We're going to Nashville. We've been to Naples, Florida. We've been to Italy. So we go to a lot of fun places. We help women gain exposure and recognition, as well as, a whole host of products and services, press release, distributions, anything that's going to help them gain recognition. And then I started the magazine. The magazine's quarterly. It's print and digital.
Which is tough. I know that because I worked at a magazine, so I know how the deadline.
It is tough. It's a quality magazine, as you can see. And we list celebrities, everyday hardworking professional women in all industries, professions. Doesn't matter your political views. Doesn't matter your race. Nothing matters. It's all about women coming together, empowering each other.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's a great thing you're doing. And women love, women help women. I call the really good women a woman's woman.
That's right.
Because there are the others,
Yes.
and then they have the B word. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
What I like to say.
So what's one of your big events? I hear you're having a big one coming up.
We have an awards gala. This is going to be my third one. It's huge. It's a red carpet. We always combine it with a charity. And I usually combine it with breast cancer charity. It's on October 19th. October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So 13 lovely women will be receiving awards. And we'll have... I'm hearing me echo. I don't know if I like that. And
As long as one.
we'll also do a silent auction and have raffles and baskets with all the proceeds going to the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition.
Oh, that's great.
that's wonderful.
Very
So
nice.
it's going to be a great night, Thursday, October 19th. And it's just amazing. Last year's, actually, it was almost 2 years ago. 2021 we did it, and it's just
They
Susan-
are very intriguing. When you do that kind of award, the women feel so good, and everyone's so willing to be there and help out.
Yeah, Susan Lucci got an award.
Yeah. mhm.
Yeah,
Finally.
Princess Amanda Borghese got an award. Victoria Wick. I mean, just amazing women.
Yeah, that's terrific. I actually just saw Susan at an event a few weeks ago. It was a women's event, and she looks great with all the things that she went through recently.
And that,
Losing her
I
husband.
believe that was her husband was there that evening, so it was a very special
it's your
evening.
event,
And I think
right.
that was the last award.
She got with him.
Yeah, she got with him. So
Oh, that's unbelievable.
yeah.
So, what's a typical day? You're a publisher. You're not you don't write, right? You're the
No.
publisher.
I edit. I
Oh, you do?
I do a little bit of everything. You own a business, you run a business, you do a little bit of everything.
Right.
Clean the bathroom when I have to.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're a woman's woman.
That's right.
That's because
That's
you
right.
do
I
what
do it
you
all.
expect.
You
Exactly.
juggle it all today.
And that's why you probably have so much respect from your team.
Yes, absolutely.
Because-
My team, they're my family.
Right.
Let's face it, when you're working a 9-to-5 job, sometimes 8 to 8, the hours change every day, but you're with your employees more than you're with your own family.
Absolutely.
So they become your family. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Well,
So
sure.
I have people that have been with me since day one. It's a great, great group of women. I do have a couple of men also.
Yes. Well,
My
that's
IT
good.
director couldn't live without him, Chris.
Yes.
But typical day is just coming into the office. Actually, every day is different. Really,
Well, that's
because
true.
You never know what's going to happen.
Well, do you have I used to be the grease behind the wheel for my big editor,
Yeah.
and no one got past me. And I used to get candy and gifts and all kinds of great things,
Right.
because they want to get past that person to get their story. So do you have somebody that's like your right, left, front, and center that stops people from just going in your office?
Well, yes and no. People just feel like they know me so well that
That they can.
I could just.
Well, he always said he had an open door, but again,
And I do. My door's open. It is.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're family, so
And so now, typically when a news story comes in, people will call you, or they send in a press release, and they just hope.
Well, it depends. I have salespeople.
Oh, so that's on your
they
ad
do.
size.
They interview, all our different potential members, potential customers. They interview them, gather business information on them, make sure that they're a quality contact.
Exactly, right.
Because we want to make sure that these women are joining the organization because they want to network, they want to
Right.
mentor, they want to share their story, that they're in it for the right reason.
Right, right.
And, it's national, so we speak to women all over the nation.
That's unbelievable.
And just really, really amazing women.
So who was your
Not going
like
to
most
work.
fun interview? Like that you
I have to tell you,
you
I
respect
loved-
them all, I'm sure.
I love Susan Lucci. I really do. That's a funny story because I was her waitress back in the day at Swenson's in Manhasset.
Oh my goodness. How do you like that?
Yeah.
See? Small world.
And, it was just funny because here I am years later giving her an award. I'm like, oh my God, I used to be a waitress.
Isn't that something?
And I have to tell you, and I'm going to hold this up, Bonnie Pointer from
Yes.
the Pointer Sisters
Yes.
was my first magazine cover.
Oh,
And Bonnie and Anita both just wonderful, wonderful. And,
how nice.
for them to be my first cover means
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
So just really great women. Christy Brinkley,
They're all such,
Gloria Gaynor.
yeah, with
I mean,
great
you know,
stories. Yes.
she's amazing. Just a lot of fun.
It brings back a lot of memories for me, like the photo shoots, the setting up for, the interview with the editor and just all little different things. It makes me feel good because it brings back what I used to do back in the day in the tech world. And I used to be very intimidated by technology. Like, I don't know how to do
I
this.
still am.
But guess what? I learned something.
Couldn't get Facebook operating.
I did learn something that the editors don't know the tech either. They just listen to what people say.
Right.
They taught me so much. But in our industry, the technology editors were a little, not so goodly dressed.
Right.
And they used to do food fights and things like that on deadline night. Do you have a
That's
deadline?
fun.
Do you have a deadline day?
Yeah, we have deadline.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, food
and
fight?
Absolutely. No food fights. I think I'm gonna add that.
and they used to also always be Chinese, which I never liked.
I like
You know.
Chinese.
But it's funny how, the industry is the same in so many places.
Yeah.
Doesn't make for good food fights. All that rice.
I remember one day
Spaghetti.
bringing my boss, who, God bless him, he was like tough, to the Club 21 Club in New York City. That's no better than that. He walked in, he said, I don't like the chairs. I said, you don't like the chairs? You're in the 21 Club. Well, have them moved. They were tough. Editors were tough back in the day. But now things are different. But women didn't have as much to say
Right.
back then as we do now.
Right. Absolutely.
So, but that's some
Now
of the,
sometimes we say a little too much.
that's true. That's true. So now, do you have a family? Or you have children, or are you just single?
I have 2 stepchildren.
Nice. Are they young or?
No, 23 and 22.
Oh, that's young.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, just 20.
So they're young.
Yeah.
They're probably very nice. Once they hit 21, they become human again, right?
You're right. They go through stages.
Yeah. I'll never forget the teens. I only have one wonderful daughter and a wonderful daughter-in-law. My daughter and daughter-in-law are, married. And, when it happened, I was like, oh, okay. But again, nowadays it's so accepted.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy for them because they're very happy.
Yeah.
And then they went and moved on me.
Oh.
They left me. They went to Boston. They went to Maryland. So
Well,
I don't
mine
get to
went
see
to
them as
Florida,
much.
so-
Oh,
Where
Okay.
I want to be.
you like Florida? Do you like
Oh, I
Florida?
love Florida. Who doesn't like Florida?
Well, a lot of people say
Nice
it's for the old.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
No?
Not anymore.
Do you do the dinners at 4:30? The cheap dinners?
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, the cheap part doesn't exist, but you can still go out at 4:30. Yeah, I like that. I like having early dinner and being in bed early.
Oh, okay. Really?
The days of going out at 10 o'clock at night are over.
See, me and Patrick, we go out late. We're late bloomers. We like to sleep in the morning.
Yeah, you like to text at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I
Yes,
do.
he does.
I do. That's true. I do. But
I'm an insomniac, so
oh, you don't sleep?
I don't sleep.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't.
It's terrible.
Well, they have all these things on TV now where you can pop them,
Nothing works.
and it makes you sleep. Exhaustion is what
Yeah.
makes you sleep. right? Susan, she doesn't sleep either. Yep. I could call her at 4
Sleep all
a.m.
the
She's
time.
still up. Yeah.
Not like a light.
Yeah.
I wish.
So what do you think of this, what we're doing, the Fontanas?
Oh my God, I'm excited for all
Yeah.
of you. It's great.
Yeah, there's a rumor that you might be joining us one
I
day.
heard that rumor. I'm excited.
I like what you wrote. I did a lot of research on you. I do that.
Okay.
How you tell women never allow someone to tell you can't do it. And I could relate to that because as much as I liked my former boss, he was very tough on me, and he would always say, "You'll never do it. You'll never do it." And that's how he got me to grow,
Right.
because he was that kind of a personality.
Well,
There
that
was two-
happened to me.
Yeah. So that what you do, telling people they can do it, that's so good for women.
Well, when you tell people they can't do something,
Yeah.
Right.
They're going
now
to
you
want to
really
do it.
want to prove, oh, yes, I can.
Right. Mhm.
So,
Trying to figure it out.
And I was also reading a lot about your liaison groups, that you have liaison services. What is that?
so as far as the networking, like our members get a user ID and password, allows them access to the database. So if they really don't have time to network, we'll do it for them.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's actually a fee to be part of this group,
Yes, there's a membership.
yearly, a membership fee.
We have all different levels of membership.
Okay, so there's like beginning, middle, and end,
The
whatever.
diamond,
Big
the
time.
platinum,
The big boy, the big girls.
5-year, 3-year.
Oh,
yes.
that's very nice.
So, yeah.
Very nice. Now, the awards event, do you put a nomination out there, or you guys pick as the team?
We pick as a team.
That's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know when you get picked by a newspaper or a magazine that you really made it.
Yeah, we come together and we choose. You know, it's difficult.
Oh,
You
sure.
have thousands and thousands of members, and I'm only picking 13.
That's
But
true.
really, everybody that comes to the event, I mean, they're all,
Well, they were all
getting an
supportive
award
of
that
each
night.
other, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
they support each other, and it's just a great way to, today everything's online, and to come together at the gala. I mean, when I did my gala in 21, we had over 300 people. They
Which
flew in
is
from all over.
amazing.
Nobody cared about COVID. Nobody
No.
cared, and you
Yeah.
know what? Nobody
Well-
got sick. I didn't hear about anything.
Well, Jerry, you were at
So-
the film festival during COVID.
Same thing.
yeah,
Everyone
People
was
wanna do
shocked.
something.
You were the
they
one
want
that
to do it.
said, "You know what? I'm going to do it."
Right.
And look at how many
We
people.
were the only festival.
Yeah,
As far as I know, the only one in the country.
and it was at the Moose Lodge.
Ah,
No, but I'll tell you the truth. They did a nice job. He did a great job. Katie is his right, left, front, and center. She does everything when it comes to the event. And
Quick story that we run a film festival, and when the COVID hit, all the festivals shut down,
Yeah.
and they all went virtual. All went online. And we were like, nope,
doing
we're not doing it. We're going to have a live event because that's what people want with
Right.
festivals. And we were the only one who did it. Went to the Moose Lodge. We sat everybody 6 feet apart. People wore masks, but we sold out both nights.
That's
And
yeah, and it
as-
was
and
that
we have-
ever since
our
I
photographer
was there.
covers like 300 festivals.
Yeah.
And not one of them open.
That
So-
was when I started to get involved because I
Yeah.
was having fun.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to sell like 500 books. I didn't. But what I did learn is you do your book, when you write a book, it takes you 2 years. Then you start getting paid for the book, but you don't write the book to make money on the book. You write the book to make money for your career. And the book makes you an expert. And so now we also publish books at the
Okay.
Breakfast Club show.
The interesting thing
To
about all
rent
of that is
down,
it's
yeah.
never just about the immediate, I'm going to sell this. When you go to sell a bunch of these and you go into a room with 100 people, even if you don't sell a book, you meet 100 people.
Exactly.
You
And
sold
now-
you to Jerry.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that have
Put you in
come
this
out of
movie.
those events from our festival. So many connections and collaborations and castings. And
Yeah, I did
so
film a
this
lot of
is
that.
just a vehicle that gets you in there.
That's
I'm
true.
convinced of that.
That's true.
And then again, you might sell it. So that's the bonus.
Yeah, no, and
You know.
and we even brought in authors last year,
Yeah.
and they loved it. They just loved the exposure. So, and we saw some unbelievable movies. I was in the other one. What was the name of that one again? The one about
Bigger picture. Oh,
Crooked.
Crooked.
Crooked. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was in a movie called Crooked with politicians that were crooked. Okay, does that ring a bell? Okay, And
One of these days, I'm just going to release that one into the public.
can't wait for that one.
Just to stir the you-know-what.
Yes, but it was really, really quite fun, and that's how I got picked for this. And
Wow.
yeah, so it all works out. It all works out. So this is Katie. Katie is in the Fontaners, and her name is Charlene.
I'm Charlene, and I'm
She's-
married to the eldest Coretti brother, Joe.
And he's mean. You're mean. He's nice. I hope Paul is watching.
I'm controlling.
Yeah, controlling
control.
wife.
I'm controlling.
Hmm.
I like to, I like to have things go the way that I want them to go, and when they don't, I control.
And not only that, she cooks a lot,
I cook a lot. I like to have the family over.
and she also tortures her husband a lot.
Well, somebody's got to bring up the table from the basement. I'm in the kitchen.
And let's face it, he's not exactly the
Right,
sharpest.
he's not a go-getter.
No.
No,
So
he's,
he
he's
needs
not.
somebody
But
to-
he doesn't even yell at you. He just
Well, I think there are some men who need that kind of woman in their life. I think I've seen it in relationships, but that doesn't always work out.
That's true.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. And then we have Angela, who plays Nora. She's another daughter-in-law of mine in the show.
Okay.
And you're a little tough too.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yes. Married to Frank, but he's miserable. So,
Yes.
and we're getting a divorce. But deep down, I think I really love him, but I can't live with him.
Yeah, but then don't you go off and get in trouble somewhere?
Okay, yeah. We have some secrets.
Now that you brought it up.
I think he has some secrets, but we'll have to see.
Hmm.
Things are going to come out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see every single scene, but I'm doing a lot of reading and finding out all kinds of things that are happening. And as a mother, I'm not happy.
Not.
I know the author of the Fontanas pretty well. And
Yeah, it's you.
I think, women have gotten stronger, obviously, and men have to deal with that. And I think anytime that there's a disagreement in power, a power struggle, to get to that even point, the scales are going to go like this. So nobody in this is bad or mean or evil, but they might do bad or mean or evil things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's that constant struggle. Like, I don't see Charlene as this controlling, mean person. Like, mean is a simple word.
No,
Mean
she
is
just bitches about everything. Bitches about me, bitches about
but there's
everything she has to do.
There's also the husband who isn't kind of doing his part,
He's a little
which
Miskina.
kind of justifies her behavior. And Frank, too. But, your character, liked this cushy lifestyle, even though what he was doing might not have been completely legal. And then you both kind of sunk together, but then you've had it and moved on. Is that mean or evil, or does it mean I can't take it anymore?
Right.
And then that divide happens. And, it's those things that you don't see happening. They happen over time.
Right,
And that's what's cool, I think, about all the characters and the way they're portraying them.
right. But there were some
Which-
like fight scenes that are, throwing the couch and throwing the chairs. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty
He's
mean.
angry. He's very
Yeah.
angry.
Well,
Yeah.
you were with someone else.
Yeah.
So you're
is that-
cheating.
again, is that violence? He's beating the crap out of that couch. Doesn't mean he's violent. It
No.
means he hit a breaking point
Yeah.
that he can't, So it's that struggle, that constant power
So
struggle.
of course this is my son. He's the good son in the show,
Okay.
and out of all the sons are the Coretti boys, and he's not looking for any women in his life.
Well, they
'Cause
come and
he's-
go, but
yeah.
really,
But there
Yeah.
was
Or
quite
they
a
come
scene.
and you go.
There was quite a scene in my bedroom because we used my house as one of the filming,
Okay.
and it's all over Facebook, and that's with Katharina, who's probably
the-
watching.
the introduction to my character is he's in bed with a woman and he looks down at her and screams, and then she looks at him and screams because it's his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
a
a
dream
dream.
sequence,
Yeah.
And I think with that we need to give a little shout out to Katharina.
Katrina, we're missing you. We love you. We can't wait to see you.
Yep.
And we're pushing for you. God is watching you. And St. Anthony is praying. And funny that when I met Tonya, today she's wearing St. Anthony and the Blessed Mother. And that's what you need in your life. we all need prayer, and we all need that in our life. And the first thing I said was, "What are you wearing?" Because I could sense it. I'm a witch that way. I can sense certain things.
Just that way.
I'm the good witch.
What brings us to you? As the mother in the family. I mean, what an important.
Yeah,
character.
well, I was raised in an Italian family, as you were too. Old school, and my mother did everything for my father. They had a little business. They struggled, but it was all about food, family, sitting at the table, and everybody coming over. And my mother used to have no bell because they just walked in. And she was always making something, giving people something to eat. And really, I could relate with this show because I'm acting like my mother a little.
Those were the good old days.
It was. And
Having dinner at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock with your family. Sunday dinner at 3.
It's true.
Right.
And I always say to my daughter, she remembers some of it, but her kids, my grandchildren, is never going to know that. Do you feel that way with, that your kids are getting older?
We still try to do
Well,
it.
we do
my
too.
mother and my sister and brother and their kids.
But it was like, we used to
On
stand
Sunday.
online. We used to stand online for meatballs
Yeah.
because my grandmother had a basement, and when 22 people were waiting for their meatballs up the stairs outside and waiting your plate, because they made meatballs and macaroni. And we called it macaroni back then. Nobody uses that word now. It's all pasta.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody even says spaghetti anymore.
No.
And sauce,
No,
Sunday sauce
definitely
is
not.
really gravy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
really it's not.
I know, but
Sauce.
that's what you
It's sauce. I
It
mean,
is
come
words
on.
that just left.
Yeah.
We just stopped using
Yeah.
macaroni, slacks.
That's true.
Slack.
Slacks.
Slack.
Well,
I was thinking of what the other day. Supper.
supper.
yeah, no one
Supper
says
anymore.
supper either. That's true.
Yeah.
So Lucia is watching. Lucia
Hey, Lucia.
is the bad girl that's sleeping with some of the men in my family.
Well, no,
The boys.
Well,
You
well,
think
well.
everybody's bad and rotten.
Well,
She Bhutan.
no, she's actually a very sweet lady. But in the
There's
show,
potential there. but-
like you could talk about Lucia. She's a doll. I mean, and she's beautiful. She has gorgeous blonde hair. She's very good at what she does. And she brings food every time she comes to the show. Everybody's always eating.
Yep,
And she has
makes
a
those
business
cookies and
too.
all, yeah.
She makes cookies. She makes soaps.
Uh-huh.
And she's a sweetheart. And she does exercise. She's an
But you said she was sleeping with everyone.
well, she is on the show.
No, she's dating your son,
life.
and
Yeah.
your son,
Dating Woody.
Yeah, she's dating
your
Woody.
womanizer son,
My
doesn't
womanizer
do
son.
right by her,
Right.
and then
That's true.
she ends up dating someone
Somebody
else, and
else.
you sort of catch her with that someone
Exactly.
else, thinking she's still with your son,
Yes. Mhm.
but she's not. She's. I don't want to paint all the women
No,
like this
no.
horrible light. 'Cause
No, it's a great show.
You'll-
We're having a
that's
ball.
unending.
We really are. We're having a ball.
We're talking about power women today.
That's right.
Yeah, so speaking of that,
scared here.
Katie, what do you do for your career? I know you have a great job
My
on Long
day
Island.
job is I am the secretary to the mayor and the village board in the wonderful incorporated village of Lindenhurst.
Yeah, and you're in all the parades, and you're always family, doing all kinds of
Yes,
family
we
events.
have the downtown has had a major revitalization in the last couple of years, and Lindenhurst is growing leaps and bounds. And there's so much going on all the time:
I know.
parades, outdoor music, events. And this year we're celebrating our 100th anniversary.
Right.
So there've been events all throughout the
I
year.
know. And then there's a
And,
theater that
We've got
she's an
3
actress.
theaters in
How many
Lindenhurst.
plays have you been in the last 6 months? 17?
I mean, it feels like it.
Everyone
I open tomorrow night in Godspell at the James Street Players in Babylon.
Oh, very nice. Very
So
nice.
yeah, I'm busy.
Every week you're acting somewhere else, and you have a full-time job, and you have 2 beautiful children.
2 amazing children.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're like one of those power women that works your butt off.
Does it all?
Yeah.
And Angela, now, God, she's an actress. You were just on what soap opera? The other
General Hospital.
General Hospital.
I'm Jen.
And what's the movie that?
Dr. Death.
Yes. And she looks different in every role she plays.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
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 And you could be
Absolutely.
very, very
Always at the
tough
same.
or
Right.
very, very
Yeah.
sweet, right?
Exactly.
You
yes.
go and you travel a lot.
Well,
On the plane when you go for an audition.
well, just General Hospital, but
Yeah,
normally
well,
just, local, not too far, Manhattan. I'll go to Boston, stuff like that. But
And
no
thank you
plan.
for introducing us to that great restaurant.
La Spezia.
And he's coming on the show next week.
Wonderful
he
people.
is?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
sponsoring the
Dante?
show.
And Paco or just
One of them, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
They're
Oh,
so
I'm
nice.
So happy.
Yeah, I had a nice conversation with them. They love the
Glencoe
idea.
Road.
Glen
It
Cove
is
Avenue.
It's family style,
It's
right?
on
Yes.
I
Yes.
heard that's excellent.
It was-
Yes,
Very
It was
good.
go
They were
tell them that you heard
wonderful
about it from
Yeah,
us.
well,
Yeah.
actually, my
Wonderful.
cousin's having a party there in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's
Well,
great.
make sure you tell them that because
Okay.
they're coming on. And Susan, your old boss is watching. Louis. Oh my goodness, Louis, where have you been? Susan worked for a diner,
This is filmed in front
and
of a live
Louis was her
audience.
boss.
Okay.
And so he's watching because I work with him on other things. Actually helped him when someone tried to sell his plot for his son. And they took it away from him, and he called me because the Breakfast Club is known for you need to get something done. It's odd. Call us. And we went. We traveled to Queens, and we got his plot back. And well, that was when everything was going on with COVID.
Yeah.
And they were giving people's plots away, you know.
Crazy.
But getting back to you, you have a few children. You
I
live in
have
Glen
two
Cove.
boys. I have two boys, 28 and 25. I live in Glen Head.
Right.
I was in healthcare for 20 years, and I realized it's not where I was supposed to be for the next 30. So I took that leap of faith with, family support, and I substitute teach. I have a little wellness business. I work at Kerber's Farm in Huntington, and I act.
And
So
you
it allows me the
act
flexibility.
like
Yeah.
you are really passionate.
I am.
I mean, you
I'm
just
learning, I'm
go in a
growing,
minute.
I'm-
Yes.
No expectations. I just love it, and
Yeah.
I just want to keep learning, growing, and I have met so many incredible people that have crossed my path, and I can't.
Did
be
you
more
tell Jerry about our
grateful.
plan in another year or so?
Oh.
About making a little movie, a little film, the two of
Yes,
us?
the two of us.
Yeah, we decided this
We'll
only
have Jerry
since.
in it.
Yeah, just something silly
No
like
men.
25-minute film. We decided we're not sure what
Yes,
it's going to be
we're
about.
gonna do it. We're gonna
Good.
do it.
And this is
I
what
have
happens
ideas.
when you get into different things. It just
Yeah.
happens. It is what it
And
is.
speaking of power, I love to work. I love to have my own outlet, my own. I always worked, and whether I could have stayed home or not, that was not an option for me. I wanted to teach my kids that, you work hard, you play hard, whether you're male, female. It's very important. So
So, Karen, you have someone watching, Marianne Diliberti Adrian.
Oh,
She sounds familiar. I think I know her.
yeah, she's on the Levittown School Board.
Yeah, I think that's why I know her. Yeah. So, Karen, let's talk about you a little bit and this whole gaming industry. What industry did you come from? Tech?
No, I'm a retired law enforcement.
Law enforcement.
Yes.
Corrections.
Yes,
That was a tough job.
it was.
Wow. Were you here on Long Island?
No, Rikers.
Rikers.
Wow.
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 You need a round.
20
That's
years.
a power woman.
20 years.
Bro, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you work with students. You're a coach. You're a den mom. You did the Cub Scouts. You love kids. You
I
love
do.
students.
I do. I love molding their minds.
And you have two very smart gamers in your life.
Oh, extremely. Yes.
So, what is the world of esports? Because I don't think a lot of people know what it is.
Right. So there's a difference between esports and gaming. They are not the same. A gamer is what you guys are probably. You play your little
I'm not a
game.
gamer.
Do you play Candy Crush or anything
No.
like that? You don't do Wordle?
I'm
Nothing?
bad with,
Okay.
all that.
All right. So
I don't
if you
even
do,
play cards.
so if you do any of those, you're considered a gamer.
Gamer, yeah.
An esports person plays competitively, highly competitive. They do not play on a console. They play on a PC. So they have one hand on a keyboard and one hand on a mouse. So talk about hand and eye coordination. It's phenomenal. I got into it because of my son. We're in the pandemic. He's doing extremely well. My oldest son says, "Mommy," because I had him on a ticket system. They had to earn tickets to play. My oldest son said, "Ma, you got to take him off the tickets. He can play really well. You got to let him go." So I was like, "Okay, I'll let him go. I'll try it out." 6 months later, he came to me with a contract from the Contenders. Now, Contenders is like minor league baseball. I had to sign it. He was under 18, so I had to sign it. So now he's competing at this level and he's winning money.
Really?
Yes. Now it's time to go to college. I didn't know what college to go to. My other son, bio major, easy. That's easy. This, bio, anywhere you want to go. I'm like, there's no blueprint. There's nothing out there. I don't know who to talk to. There's nobody on Long Island that knows anything about this, or anybody that I know. My friends are like, it's a phase. The kids will get out of it, whatever. And I'm like, no, I got to look into this. So I started to research more and more. We found about 25 colleges that had his major, which is psychology, and he applied to them because it was a pandemic. Basically, everybody was free, and they start seeing him. They start watching him in contenders, and then they offered him high scholarships.
Jeez,
Wow.
unbelievable.
Amazing.
And he ended up in Ohio. And then the other coaches in other schools saw him and wanted him and gave him full scholarship. So right now he's in Northwood University, which is in Michigan. And that's basically where all the schools that give the higher scholarships are: Michigan, Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, and
It's a whole
I don't
other
think a
world.
lot of parents know about this. Am I correct?
You are. That's why I created my business as the blueprint to teach them. So now I'm teaching parents, grandparents, students, administrators how to support the children. They like to say that they're playing 6 hours a day, they're addicted. Well, if they're playing the drum 6 hours a day, are they addicted? What's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Everything in moderation, everything in balance,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to monitor your children. The thing that upsets me the most if I walk into the store and I see a mom hand a 2-year-old their phone. So 5 years from now, you're going to be mad because they're playing video games all the time, but you started it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, what's the potential, career goal for?
Oh, please. There's so many opportunities for an esports player or somebody who doesn't even play the game well. You can be a content creator, which makes a lot of money. You could be a shoutcaster, which is a broadcaster. It's the same thing. There are journalists, the doctors that can go in there. Funny story about that. My older son did an internship because he goes to Binghamton. He did an internship. They gave him the robotic arm, and he was able to work it extremely well, better than everybody else in there because you use a gaming controller. So he was groomed all this time for that. That's one of the transferable skills that people don't realize.
Jeez, how does it impact regular sports, like traditional sports, and what is the difference between the sports and all the children that are educated and how they're learning to pursue this kind of environment?
Well, the main difference is with esports, they do make money, and the other sports don't. And they basically are the same, except esports can play in any type of weather. Doesn't matter what the weather is.
They don't have to
outside.
cancel. Mhm.
They don't have to cancel. If they can't get to what we call a LAN, which is a local area where they play in person, they play online. They play from home.
They have to be
Yeah.
18. Right? So-
No, not for that. To be a pro, you have to be 18.
and to get paid.
You can get paid under 18 as long as your parents sign for it.
Right. Okay.
And what about like the social and emotional, and a lot of kids that are in the spectrum do this sort of stuff? Because
Absolutely.
I know a lot of kids in the
Absolutely.
spectrum. They're very good with the gaming.
They are extremely good with it. And right now I have parents calling me because they want me to start having competitions for them because they want their kids to do it. And it's extremely social. South Korea accepts it as a social thing, and America, we don't. But it is very social. You think the kids are sitting there all the time just playing. Sometimes they're on this app called Discord. And they're literally talking, because I walk in there, my son's just laughing, and I'm like, what's going on? They're watching movies. They're not always just gaming. They are socializing.
Wow. That's unbelievable. How many high schools and colleges have esports now?
Well, Long Island is so far behind. That's why I'm really trying to push it so hard.
Wow.
There are about 50 high schools on Long Island that have an esports program, which is
That's nothing.
That's nothing. It's really nothing.
Well, the colleges that do, are they the higher ones? Are they the more sophisticated ones? Are they the small colleges?
Well, out here in Long Island, we have Malloy, we have LIU, you have Farmingdale, they're starting to build up, and it's starting to look good because I've been to the schools. I want to check them out. This way I could talk about them too when I go to the high schools.
Sure.
You know, Wisdom Lane just opened up a lab, so they have their own club now, which is fantastic. So it's been really hard. Like they say, there's 2,000 schools that have at least some type of esports club, varsity, or a program. You can get a degree in esports, but it's underneath business. But I vetted out 690 schools, so I know of 690 schools that definitely have esports programs. And it's my personal list, so if I feel the school's not going the way I like it to go, I take them off. I no longer vet them.
Okay. And how many players do you know that made it to the pros?
Well, Long Island's hard to tell because nobody was taking down the stats back then. So everybody I speak to, they say it's about 3, maybe 4. But I know for a fact my son is the #1 pro player out of Levittown.
Oh, congratulations to him.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, what is this Elite Gaming Live? What is this? I pulled this off. I don't know if it has anything to do with you, but
No.
I pulled it out. I thought you were part of this.
No, I'm not.
50 million students from all over that are involved in this kind of thing. It
Oh,
says.
250 million people play a video game every day.
And I don't play it at all.
what kind of games do they do in these competitions? I know my son is always playing Survivor and things like that. What kind of games
Well,
are
the
they?
top games for the pros are Overwatch, Rocket League, League of Legends, Smash Brothers. Those are the main ones that are being played on the pro level,
Wow.
and they make good money.
So you look at her smile. She's having a ball.
And you play.
I'm what they call a casual gamer. So I will play Smash Brothers, and
That's what I played was Atari.
No,
I wouldn't know.
you're telling your age.
I have no interest in it, but I think it's great, especially for the learning disabled and the autistic children.
Absolutely.
Because these kids sometimes they're so smart and they don't need that much training when it comes to this kind
They
of thing.
really don't. They pick up on it so fast, and they're really good at it quickly. It's amazing.
So how many years have you been doing this since you retired from being a corrections officer?
Well, I've been retired 13 years, and I've been doing this, I'm going to say 2.5 years.
So, yeah. And
Yeah.
like I said,
I jumped in.
So happy.
I had to jump in, and I had to hit the floor running. I had to find him a school. I had to find what else was going on, and I read everything that's
And
going
they
on.
probably so
every day.
happy to have you as their leader.
A
Do
lot
they
of
get
people-
their friends involved with you too, or
Some of them do, but they're pros. Like with my younger son, he's a pro, so he's with that pro group. They're
It's
amazing.
amazing, isn't it? It's
They're
an
amazing.
unbelievable story.
It's
See,
amazing.
some good things came out of COVID.
Yeah. Well, it's
It
true.
really
a lot
got
of good
it got
things.
really popular then, for sure.
A lot of good things came
I think
out.
there's a lot of things that came out of COVID.
Definitely.
People sitting home, they did one or the other. They either sat home,
Absolutely.
put it away, or they got creative.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
for sure. So other than the gaming, now that you're retired, what else do you do? Do you like to golf? Do you go out to eat a lot? Do you have any kind of passion other than the gaming? Because it looks like this is your life.
It's so funny that somebody was asking my husband the other day, do you eat more or less now? He says, I'm sorry to say we go out more and eat because the kids aren't home because we're empty
Well,
nesters.
that's what you do when you get older.
Yeah.
I don't cook at all. I gave it up at 50, so.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy. I'm treated very nice, and I don't cook. And we pass the baton to the girls in the family. They cook now, and
But
we
we
just
start-
show up.
And that's it. But we do that, and I go to the inner city on the weekends, and we're teaching the kids how to fly drones.
Really?
And I do know how to fly.
You know how to do that
Oh
too?
yes, I do.
Wow.
That's something I'd never touch either. Do you know how to fly a drone? You
Yeah.
probably do.
We
Yeah.
have a drone with the.
Yeah, I know. With the show. How about you? Do you?
No.
Katie?
No.
No.
See that? We're outnumbered here.
But I'll have to
I'll
see
teach
it.
you. I'll
us,
teach you.
I will say, these ladies involved with the Fontanas, anything you show them, like
They
they're
wanna
they're
learn.
all working on the crew.
Right.
Anytime I show them something with the camera or
Well,
whatever,
that's true.
you guys
And
jump
we
right
work
in. So you
with
could
really
learn the drone.
great
Yeah.
people, really. on the show. We have some very brilliant kids, students that helped us.
Yep.
Jerry knows so many people. And I worked with also here at G's with performers. If you ever need any performers. Eddie Sessa, he is our,
I just saw him the other night.
oh, you know Eddie?
Yeah.
Where? Castriana?
Castriana.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
go there a lot
Thursday
after the
night,
show
yeah.
every Thursday. So Eddie's a Sinatra singer. Do you know that this gentleman has a band? I'll let you talk about your
Really?
band and your Elvis. He's Elvis.
Elvis. You're not the Elvis that goes around on Long Island, are you?
One of them.
Well, do you know Sarah Ann?
No.
Oh, you know Sarah. She's always hiring.
Yeah, well,
Elvis.
his Elvis thing is unbelievable.
Really?
I
Yes.
did it for many years, and then I stopped when I got into the film. The COVID actually drew me back in because I started doing it online again, and then I just got sucked back into it. Plus the band I have a couple of musicians who are big into Elvis, so we
Yeah.
put together this Elvis concert. So I do the shows with the tracks, but we also do the live band thing, and it's like I say, it's pretty
And
cool.
Jerry and Katie and Eddie Sessa were in a movie together called The Mark.
Okay.
And that was great. We had a ball when we lifted
Yep.
that out.
That's still floating around out
I
there.
know. We loved it. You guys are so connected in that movie. I mean, unbelievable.
Well, you're
Like,
also connected to Vince, and you're also connected
That movie I'm bad.
really, that's some movie. That was great.
Wow.
Yep. So, it's like a connection of so many different things that go on.
Yep.
But and we also have a Bobby Darin singer, if you ever need. It's Bob D'Amato. He's singing on our Mother's Day show
Okay.
because we're having a Mother's Day show for
Nice.
a special mother
Nice.
that gets nominated. We have a contest going on right now. And he's going to be here for the Mother's Day show. And I help all these performers get work. And they help me, and that's how it all works. And they come and
That's
sing. And
I like that.
today we're not having a song because we have so much talent here today. But, depending on the holiday, Easter, we had a big show. And the cake man from Westbury made us this cake this big. We were shocked. Very nice. And it looked just like our logo. So we have a lot of different things that happen. We definitely have some bad things, We have some people that pass out on the stage, a lot of funny things. We had a parrot that came and destroyed the stage.
Oh.
Greg was afraid of it. Yeah.
Greg was afraid.
And he got very nervous. Yes, we have a lot of funny video. So, yeah, it was very funny. So, this hall, G's, is always available for rent for parties, events, and at night it's a talk show. During the day it's a talk show. At night it's a club. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's always a band. There's a stage. Drinks it's not that expensive, and the food is very, very good.
I could do a tournament here then.
Yeah, you never know. You talk to Greg. Talk to Greg about the club. You talk to me about the show. They're two separate entities, but I'm blessed because when I met Greg at during COVID, I was, needing a place, and the club used to go everywhere to diners. That's how I met all these people at diners, and we used to have breakfast in the diner because it was the cheapest meal of the day. I know they're trying to tell me something. What, honey? Yes. So, anyway, Greg is a great guy. You'll meet him next time.
Okay.
And we thank him every day for having this beautiful location. And it's a lot of fun. So, Angela, I'm going to ask you to step up because we have a guest. His name is Joe Maricino. Joe contacted me because he's a fan of the show. And I find out today
I signed it for you.
that you're related to our guest.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yes.
When I saw her on Facebook, I said, "Oh my God,
That's
That's
my
my
niece.
cousin.
You called me up and you said that's my
my
niece,
God.
right?
I said, what a small world."
What a small
It worked
world.
out great.
Well, we're gonna salute you.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
that's what we're gonna do.
Where's my salute?
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Where I get my-
Who wants more wine?
I'll have
I
one.
took your Jackie. Give her a seat.
Anybody want more? Yeah. See, we got good drinkers here. They want a shot.
Any more?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not driving. It's okay.
So I'm gonna let you say what you did for your career. Who did you take care of? I heard you were a hairdresser.
Was a hairdresser.
Somebody
Was
famous.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Congratulations.
Cover of the book.
It was pure luck.
And look at the book. It says Brownsville to Beechhurst, an Italian-American adventure. And guess who's on the cover? Elizabeth Taylor and you.
That's it.
Look at that hairdo you got.
You can't tell the difference.
You remind me of the guy from Mod Squad.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He had
yeah.
that big head of hair.
Bob Ross. Let's get the Bob Ross
Yes.
going.
I can't wait to read it.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh my goodness. So what was it like taking care of Elizabeth Taylor?
I tell you the truth. She didn't feel like I was working on a movie star. She was so kind. She was so nice. It was like, I just have to tell you one incident.
Yes.
When she found out that her husband,
Which one?
you know,
Number 11.
Which one?
the actor,
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton.
was going out with her girl Friday, become his girl Friday.
Oh,
And when she found out, I just had finished doing her hair.
really?
And she went crazy. She went in and she started. She was staying at the Lombardi Hotel. It's right on 56th Street in Manhattan. And she went nuts. And Shen, her secretary, she called me up because I had done her hair a few times already. So we got along great. She says, you got to come over. She's gone, cool. She's dropping everything. So I run over there. The place was like, but I calmed her down.
So obviously you had a great relationship with
Yeah, we
Elizabeth
did.
Taylor.
Every
Was
time
she was
came-
she ever mean or no? Because she seemed like she could have been a little tough.
She just wanted to get married. That's all she
Married. She wanted
She
marriage.
wanted to marry everybody. She don't care. She meet you. She wanted to marry you. Because she left Richard Burton and then she married that other senator, but that didn't last too long.
You couldn't get in there in between?
Well, I was married at the time too.
And you're still married, right?
Still married.
See
Yeah.
that? How many years?
I think it's 58.
58.
Congratulations.
Very nice.
But we started young.
And you're an artist.
Well,
You sent me some beautiful
my
pictures.
My brother was an artist. I just started, but I
Oh, you
enjoy
just
doing
started
it.
to paint?
Yeah. About a year ago. Yeah.
All those pictures you showed me?
Yeah. I was
In
gonna-
one year you did all that?
Yeah, I was going to send you one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to have you back to come on the show with your
I will.
pictures.
Sure.
Yeah, and bring your wife if you'd like, because she sounded like she was interested.
She'd love to come.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I really enjoyed this. Everybody was so entertaining.
Aw, how nice.
You're all so nice.
Thank you. Where do you live now?
I live in Beechhurst, Queens.
Oh, that's a nice area.
Nice
Very
area.
nice. Do you go out to eat a lot?
We used to, now not too much anymore.
No. Too much of a hassle? Too expensive, probably, right?
No,
Both.
My wife has a little problem.
Oh, okay. So she's not up to going out right now.
But she's doing good. Thank God.
That's the main thing. We got to pray for her.
I love the show. You guys
Do
are
you?
great.
Oh, thank you. You're one of our fans.
Got a live
love it.
audience.
Yeah, I know. This is so much fun. The thing is, when I go to people to sponsor, unless I get them face to face to really explain it to them, show them, it's very hard to sell it sometimes because they're like, yeah, I could go to Facebook, no, but you can't. You can't do this. It's a matter of who you bring together to the table, and by the time you leave, somebody's going to tell somebody what you're doing and what you're doing, and
Right.
in plain English, shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, and it's good shit, not bad shit.
I felt had friends with every one of them here today.
You liked it
Everybody
because
is so-
everyone's so nice,
So
right?
nice, yeah.
That's because we don't let bitches in the door. There's no bitches allowed. We don't let them in. The first thing I do when I have a big
That's
meeting,
power. That's what's
the first thing we do when we have a meeting is, look, we don't do that here. So if you don't want to be one of the crowd, there's the door.
Yeah.
Because we did have them in the beginning.
Oh.
And it's hard to do that. There's no jealousy. We get one job lead when we were doing jobs. We give it to everyone. Whoever gets it, we're happy.
Right.
But again, it takes a certain kind of person that joined. And it was really always something very special. And it just is. Now, my book, which is, I have books for everybody. is all about me and 69 other women. Where are those other bags? We got them here, right here.
Yeah, I have it
They're
here.
everywhere.
Yeah. Here you go. Oh, here they are. Okay, so the book is all about myself, my story, my years in publishing, one chapter, some jobs that I hated, and also experiences on crazy interviews, and the also stories of 69 other women who came out, got fired for the wrong reason, but changed their life. I coach, and we're all friends. And now every one of the women in my book wrote their own book.
Wrote a book.
Wrote their own
Wow.
book because we deal with Red Penguin, who is a self-publisher. She teaches you a lot. She saves you money in the end because right now to get a real big publisher, it's not happening.
No.
I mean, it does for some people. But you wrote a book too. What's the name of your book?
I wrote my book years ago. It was called Single and Not Settling.
Single and Not Settling.
Surviving the dating world.
That's
Wow.
a great one.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun when you wrote that, right?
It was, yeah.
That is
There's
unbelievable.
a lot of
So
good stories in there.
how many copies do you have left?
I'm really not sure.
Because, you know, I
I'd
would
have
think
to-
you'd have at least maybe 5, but
I was fortunate. I mean, I did the book signing at the one in Huntington that just closed.
yes, I know what you
The
mean.
book review.
Yes.
Book review,
Yeah.
They closed.
They closed down. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, they were upset. They were very
Right.
upset.
You
How
know,
did that work?
writing my book was therapy. It was really therapy for me.
How did that work out when you signed? Did you get a lot of new clients? That
I did.
Yeah,
There were a
okay.
lot of people. The girl said to me, "You had more people than Bethany Frankel."
Really?
And I said, "Yeah, if I could only have her money, right?"
But you know, what you do realize is after 2 years, which is what my publisher taught me, is you then get paid to speak.
Right.
Because when you speak,
Right.
then you're an expert, and that's when your life changes. And a lot of positive things happens, and then you teach other people how to do things. And we do classes on how to write a book, and Stephanie's very involved. Red Penguin, she's the greatest, and we've been friends since. So, and I work for her part time, selling
What are you
sponsorships.
saying there, Ray? Oh, my book.
Yes, so now you have, well, this is for you, Tanya. This
Thank
is my
you.
book for you. And this is a little something from Jerry about the show.
Oh, great.
About the
Thank you
Fontanas.
so much.
And this is for you.
Thank you.
I already have a roll, I think.
And this is for
I have a
you.
roll. I think,
thank
to
you.
fit
Good,
for.
good.
So,
I appreciate it.
Okay, so everybody got a little something. Hold on. And then, whoops. Sorry, guys. That's for you.
Thank you.
These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
I need everybody out there to share, like, and share, because I'm
Thank
in
you.
Facebook jail, guys. I'm not proud of it, but I am. So please do anything you can. I'll be out of jail on May 2nd. So things will get
It's around the
better.
corner.
And I really did nothing wrong, but it happens. So let's talk about your book. Is it ready? I didn't know.
Oh, you want to sit down?
only a few people have read it. It's not been published yet, but it's done. Angela, I think. Well, you had a couple of friends read it. Ray read it.
And he got great reviews.
It's the mark. It's
Amazing
the
reviews.
film that we were in
Okay.
years ago. I wrote it as a book, so it's ready for publishing now. We're excited about that.
Yeah,
So,
that's very,
My
okay,
first
wait.
one.
I'll have the book launch for you.
yeah.
It's a nice
That I
club
can
here. A lot
help
of
you
book
with.
writers here. Huh?
Yes, and the funny thing is I never thought I could. But my first book, I gave you a copy of that, is about what happened to me when I lost my first job, when I worked at Compaq Computer. And when I lose a job, I get very upset. So I have to keep busy. I met a little girl. Her name is Nicole. And she needed hyperbarics to survive. Back then, nobody paid for hyperbarics. So we were in a bar, me and my best friend, who I'm still best friends with, 47 years.
Wow.
And we were drinking. Grandmother came in, started crying. The rest is history. It's all in the story. It's in the book. The girl's still alive. We helped her for a long time. I started a charity called Hope for Nicole, and we helped the parents for 3 years. And she's a beautiful,
wonderful.
red hair, blue-eyed, beautiful girl.
That's wonderful.
That's amazing.
And then my sister Maria, God bless her, she's in heaven. She died of breast cancer. And there's a charity called Ria's Angels. And we give the money to the actual person with the cancer. She goes to the movies with her kids. She goes out to dinner. And she does whatever she needs to do that week for herself. And we do that occasionally every few months when we have an event.
Definitely.
So we do a lot of different things at the show. Maria was a big part of the club. When you read the book, she's part of the book is not, for her in her memory. And we think about her all the time. But her kids are beautiful. She missed her kids' weddings, grandchildren, everything. She was only 50. So that B word is tough out there.
It is.
But you know what? Everybody tries. Everybody's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So this show is sponsored by our great sponsors here today. Thank you for everything. Also sponsored by great jeweler Teddy and Christina at Oro Puro Jewelers. They are wonderful. They're in Franklin Square. If you ever need any jewelry, you tell them Valentino and Greg sent you. He takes care of you. And the Tranquility Spa, which is in Franklin Square and Levittown. Wonderful people. Angela is the owner. She treated every North Shore worker during COVID for a free treatment
Wow.
for 1 year.
Wow.
And she's got the whole hospital going there. It's unbelievable. So you have great sponsors. And your website, what is that?
BridgingTheGapInEsports.com.
How do they call you? On the phone, on email? What do
You
you
can
like?
call me, or you can see me on Twitter or Instagram. It's Bridging Esports. That's it. Everything is Bridging Esports. And my email is bridgingesports@gmail.
Okay. Tanya, the magazine, how do they buy it?
PowerWomenOfExcellence.com or PowerWoe, like Women of Excellence, WOE.com.
Anybody that needs some guidance or some power in their brain because they want to be a power woman, you have to buy this magazine. You have to reach
buy?
out to the magazine and read about all the great things that they do. And of course, October 19th,
Yes.
Black Tie, we're going. Wow.
Red
Very,
carpet,
very
red
nice.
carpet.
So we have plenty of time to save so that we can go.
Yes.
And it is at the mansion in Oyster Bay, October 19th, 6:30. It could be the one event we go to that we just enjoy so much. And on the weekend, Jenny and I saw McBride's film, The Abiding.
Oh, Glenn.
Nice.
Yes. Was it great? It's another mafia movie, but different.
Right.
And the real king of that mafia
What's the
movie,
name of it?
Abiding. It's not out yet.
It's not
we
out
went
yet.
to the screening. It was fabulous, and we had a great time in the seafood movie theater.
Right.
It was
I couldn't
very
get there
nice.
'cause
Yeah,
I was up in Pennsylvania.
and everybody was dressed to the nines. It was so nice.
Yes, I saw that.
We enjoyed it. He looked great, and his main character, what a hunk! He really was, and he was nice, very nice. I don't know if you know him, but he's quite the actor.
I
So
don't think
Jenny and I, we had a nice time. Yep. And basically, that's the show today. I think it was a great show.
Great show.
Thank you for having us.
I love everything. Thank you for all the magazines.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to read them. And we'll be in touch
Absolutely.
very soon. And
Well, you're going to be featured.
really,
Of course.
wow.
You'll be featured. Everybody here should be featured.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you see, look at these great people we met today.
It's been very nice. I
And
enjoyed it.
even my Mr. Maricino, he's coming back to be on the show.
I'm coming back.
Because I know you had a ball.
I had a ball. I
Will you
loved
do
it.
our hair?
I'll bring my tools.
You have tools?
I used to have a good tool. But thank you.
See, you got to end with the laugh.
See, always laughing here.
That was a
Always.
good laugh, right?
Everybody, please like and share the show. Okay? We need that today more than ever. And it is a wrap.